Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to HD. With the upcoming hurricane season just right upon us, it starts here in a few days down here in Florida. I thought I'd do a review on some survival food that we bought. We bought this a couple years ago. We haven't eaten any of it yet. I was going to do a review on it when we were at turkey camp, and I was just lazy and I had too much other good stuff to eat. So I thought I'd go ahead and review it. We'd eat this today, or I'd eat this today. I'd test drive it. Um, I don't know if you've ever gone through a hurricane or something where everything was shut down. It's not an eat good feeling. I remember years ago we were getting hit by a hurricane, and it was going to come right. We were living in South Florida, and it was going to hit right on top of us. And we went to Publix. I don't know, maybe a few days, 4 or 5 days before it was going to hit, and just to get a few extra things. And I mean, the shelves were bare. There was anything that anybody would eat. And no water, no pop, no. I think that at that point they were even out of beer, and so it's just a weird feeling. So we started stocking up and saving stuff, and Sweet Tea she'll start, about this time of year, like when they have cases of water on sale, she'll start hoarding up water. And I mean, when something's coming, it's just the shelves are bare and everybody's just scrambling everywhere to find water or any kind of thing like that, bread, peanut butter, whatever. So we started actually 2 3 years ago. We were living over on the west coast of Florida, and I mean, it was just one hurricane right after the other over there. So we started getting, we were vacuum pack portion size of rice and beans and stuff like that, just in event that something really bad happened, or who knows. They were talking about food shortages and stuff like that. And so we had bought these things here. Let me pan over here to you. These things here from 4 Patriots. And it was this pack here is a 72-hour survival uh, food kit. And I'm gonna get into it. Like I said, I haven't opened them up. I haven't tried them, so I thought today'd be a good day to try it and test drive it just to see which if it's edible at all. If you're hungry, they'll probably be pretty tasty. So I'm gonna open these up and see what we got. And we're gonna make some food, and this is what we're gonna eat today. So for one person to be 3 days, and or two people, you can do the math on that. But it's several weeks of this food that you could have, and that might get you through till something happens. I remember years, I think it was 2009, we went back up into Kentucky after that huge ice storm, and man, it was just total. I haven't ever seen any kind of devastation other than a bad hurricane. And the power was no power, roads were impassable for the longest while. So a lot of those people, they were without much of anything for a long while. And you just never know when something's going to happen. It may not even be a natural disaster. It may be, I remember years ago when I lived in Kentucky, they had a train derailment, and they were evacuating people because of, I forget what it was, in one of the cars had ruptured, and I mean they evacuated a lot of people. And so it may be something like that. It may be a terrorist threat. Who knows this day and age what you're going to have. So it always pays to be prepared. Have water stocked up. I mean, you can always drink water. I don't think it never goes bad unless you let it get funky or mold or something like that. But water and just staples like that, you can live a long time on beans and rice. I hope I don't ever have to, because beans not one of my favorite foods. But if you're hungry, probably really good. But let me get this open, and I'll show you what we got going on here. All right, let's see what we got here. Like I said, this is 72 hours of stuff. Let's see what we got here. This is mac and cheese. I like mac and cheese. This is some creamy rice vegetable dinner. That sounds pretty good. And this is Granny sweet oatmeal. So I guess you would eat oatmeal for breakfast. We're going to try some of that. It's got directions on here. Just open pouch. How many? 8 cups of boiling water. I guess you cook the whole thing. Cook 2 to 3 minutes. So we're not going to cook the whole thing. We're just going to eat about a portion. High in calorie, 220. Which if this is all you eat, if this is all you got to eat, you'd be happy to have it. Everything requires water. Same thing with this. Let me put on my spectacles so I can see what's happening here. Same thing. 5 cups of water. You just put water, cook it 2 to 3 minutes to thicken. We'll try that. So I think we'll have oatmeal for breakfast, and then I think for lunch we'll have some of this mac and cheese, and then for supper we'll have creamy rice and cheese dinner. So let me get over here. We're gonna cook it in the house. I'm not gonna rough it that bad. So I'll just cook it in the house. Pretend we're here. If you have a gas stove, that's another thing you need to stock up on when you're having an emergency. Is if you have a gas grill or a little gas, camp stove, get plenty of those little propanes and a couple of jugs of big propane cylinders. So you can cook like that. Hopefully, like my grill, one of my grills has a side burner, so I can cook on it just like I could a stove. But I've got a little camp stove also. Batteries, stock up on batteries. My goodness, you'll go through batteries. Bug spray, any kind of medicines. They'll come out down here during the hurricanes and tell you what you need. These are very. I think there's a little more upscale than the MREs. You can buy those MREs, like military MREs and all different kinds of MREs if you want them, if you like them. I remember when I first went in the Marines. I know in boot camp we still were eating the regular old sea rations. I don't know, they probably left over from Vietnam or Korea, who knows. And even in my first duty station, it was way up, probably 1983 before we started getting MREs. And I kind of liked the MREs. It was a bigger variety, had a better selection of stuff you can get. And I won't say that they were good, but they'll keep you from getting hungry. The one thing they won't, they're not very good. They'll clog you up. So if you eat MREs for a while, or if you've eaten MREs for a while, you know what I'm talking about. So you may need to take your little gee-dunk to the field and get you something different than the MREs to eat on. But like I said, it'll keep you alive. So you just have to make your list. Gasoline. If you have a generator, my goodness, I'm gonna start filling up. Which gas prices are stupid expensive down here now, and but start stocking up on gas if you have a place to store it, or I've got several 5-gallon cans. And the good thing about it, I burn the same gas in my boat, my lawnmowers, my generator, get all that. I have all that ready. Keep your generator running. Run your generator, make sure it's going to start. I started mine the other day and I let it run probably 30-40 minutes to an hour, and make sure it works, make sure your oil's good, and keep it going, because it could pop off. Right now they're saying it's El Nino year, the hurricanes are going to be less, so that means we're probably going to have a bunch of hurricanes. So whatever they say, whatever the weather says, usually it's the opposite. So but get you some good survival food, something you can eat on that will stay. This I'll have to look up the shelf life on this. I think it's years you can store this. But get it out and try it. Like I said, we're just kind of silly. We haven't tried it, which thank God. We've had a couple hurricanes. Last hurricane we went through was it was in 2024, and we were without power only 3 days, I believe. But the whole city was without gasoline. So by the time I could get gas, I was down to my last 5 gallons of gas for the generator. And I was working, we had to go to work every day. So I put the last 5 gallons of gas in my truck so I could get back to work. And I'd filled the truck up, and I filled the generator. I had plenty of gas till then. And I did, one night I had to go to work, and as I was coming home, I saw a gas station that had gas, and it was probably about a 20-minute line. So I sat in it and filled my truck up. So I didn't want to run out somewhere on my truck. But store gas, store water, pop, medicine, whatever, store toilet paper, even fill your bathtubs up. There are just all different kinds of ways you can save water because, if the water shuts off and you still got to flush your toilet or whatnot. So fortunately down here, we live on a canal. We could get some water out of the canal to flush with and water the chickens or something. You wouldn't want to drink it unless you had a really good water purifier. And because this water down here, these canals are kind of funky. But there again, you can boil it if you have two cases or whatnot. So, but just it pays to be prepared. I mean, some people say, "Man, you're just paranoid or whatnot." And I said, "No, if it hits the fan, you know what?" And then you need to have another different thing. You need to have a bug out kit, so you can just grab your necessities and get on the road, get out of Dodge if something were to happen. And like I said, if you get some kind of funky chemical, something, rail car or semi truck or something like that carrying something funky, I mean, you just got seconds to get out because the sheriffs will come, hey, you got to leave, evacuate now, or fire. We're having fires. I think so much of Florida's on fire right now. And, a few years ago, we were living up in North Florida, and it seemed like the whole top of North Florida was on fire. And so that's another thing. I mean, you got just minutes. I think about those people out in California now that, you've got just, hey, fire's coming. Grab what you can get and go. You got to go. And I mean, it's just that fast. So just never know. Pays to be ready. Pays to know where your crap is, and so you can just grab it in a hurry. And so let me get this opened up, and we'll cook us up some oatmeal for breakfast, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get it going. Well, here's what we got on the oatmeal. It's not instant oatmeal. You have to cook it. Let it boil for 2 or 3 minutes. I just cooked a small portion. I didn't cook the whole bag of it. It's for the whole bag, it's 8 servings, and they figure a cup per serving. So it smells pretty good. Tastes like oatmeal. So I'll give you a try here. So it's actually really good oatmeal. But if you're hungry, you're out in the woods, or you're hungry and you've been out without power for a day or so, and you haven't had anything, this is really good. I gotta give this 2 thumbs up on this. Like I said, never had this, never tried it, but that's as far as oatmeal goes, that's pretty good oatmeal. And it's a lot better than the instant oatmeal like you get. You just put in hot water to it and it's good to go. But it's good flavor, and it's not the most healthy of choices. It's not bad, I guess. 220 calories per serving. That's probably about close to, but it's not a lot of. It's got some carbohydrates, not a lot of sugar, not a lot of that. But there again, if you're eating to survive, you don't care what it tastes, or you do care what it tastes like. But if you're real hungry, you won't care what it tastes like, and you won't care how much, what the calories are, the carb content. So you'd be happy to have this. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'll catch you later. I think we're going to have, what are we having for lunch? We're going to have this mac and cheese. This has, get my spectacles on. This one will have 4 servings per container, 260 calories, a lot of sodium. These have a lot of sodium, but any kind of foods like these will have a lot of sodium. This one has 47 grams of carbohydrates, which, there again, if you're in a survival setting, you might need those extra carbs and whatnot. So, but I guarantee you, if you're hungry and you're starving, carbs won't be the devil at that point. So you'll be glad to have it. So we'll chow down on this oatmeal, and I'll see you at lunchtime. Okie dokie, time for some lunch. I've got us some mac and cheese cooked up here. I didn't cook the whole thing. I just got out enough just for me to try. And just added water. You can cook it up. It says this one here, let me read, I can't remember if I read it earlier. This one here has 4 servings, 260 calories per serving, 47 grams of carbs. Sodium's a little high, but sugars are low, not too bad. But there again, if you're hungry and you're on something's happened and you're starving and you need food, this might be pretty good. This is pretty hot. I don't know if you looked at this, but it's pretty hot. Mac and cheese. And honestly, from eating that oatmeal from lunch, I could easily skip lunch. Oatmeal is very filling. And I mean, if you had to, I suppose you could just eat one of these packs per day, depending if how many people it is. If you have a family or whatnot, you probably would cook it. But I know if it was just me and I was under some kind of emergency situation, I'd probably just eat one pack for me a day. Cook all the oatmeal or cook part of the oatmeal and just eat it, or part of this. So let's give this a go. Very hot. It's actually really good. It's probably better than like the box macaroni and cheese you get. It's not as good as homemade. You use real cheese and whatnot. The cheese and everything's mixed into it. All you gotta do is put it in the boiling water. You had to boil it for 20 minutes, and but this is very good. I mean, very tasty. So far, I'm giving them 2 thumbs up on both of them. Like I said, this ain't some kind of gourmet mac and cheese or gourmet oatmeal, but in a pinch, it would do pretty good. So I'm gonna chow down on the rest of this. I don't know if I'm gonna be hungry not for supper, but we'll try some anyway. I'll make a little bit of that. That's what we're having for supper. It is. I just dropped it here. Creamy rice vegetable dinner. So we'll get that going here in a minute, or here in a few hours, and try that out and see. You might get sleepy after you eat all this mac and cheese, but very good so far. 4Patriots their food is jam up and jelly tight, as they say. So we'll eat this mac and cheese, and I may need a nap after this. I don't know. So we'll get back with you when we get supper cooked. All right, it's time for supper. I've got the the creamy rice chicken dinner, and let's see what we got here. The serving size for this dude is 1 cup, or it says about 1 cup. 260 calories. Total fat is 12 grams. Carbs 33. Sugar 1 gram. Sodium is 390 milligrams. I think if you were starving and in a survival mode, none of that crap would mean nothing. It'd be good. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna try a little taste of it. It's finally cool enough. Let me get a little bite of it here. That's tasty. I'm gonna have to give it another 2 thumbs up. Now this is, like I said, this isn't gourmet food. This isn't your grandmother's cooking or whatever, but this is pretty good. This is far better than any like box brand or anything like that you could just buy at the store and open up. Very tasty. I went back and looked. When we ordered this, we had ordered, let me see, we had ordered a 3-month pack of this, and I forget what it costs, but it totals out to 704 meals. Now granted, each meal serving size is a cup. So I had a cup of oatmeal, a cup of mac and cheese, and a cup of this creamy rice supper. And it come out to 99 cents per meal, which is not bad. When you break it down like that, it seems like you're spending a lot, but if you break it down and you eat it like it's designed to, and the serving size, it's not that bad. It's 99 cents a meal, and to keep you alive, keep you going. This has a 25-year shelf life, and I looked on their website today, just looking. Today they've got the 72-hour pack, which is this is one of these. If you buy one, you get 2 free for $29. So that's not that bad. I mean, usually, a bad hurricane down here or something, 72 hours or that's 6 days of meals for one person. So that would be that'd be a long time to be without anything. Normally by then we've got it back up and going, but I don't want to take a chance. Just for fun, I looked up MREs, just some random. I just pulled up whatever was going, and you can get one of the sites had 4 MREs for $43.95. And then another one had a case and 12 packs meals come into a case for $78. And the good thing about MREs that I like about them, the cases too, you could order different meals. You had 12 different meals. You had different choices between what kind of meals you want. One case had this, another case had that, and whatever you wanted. But the MREs, they come with coffee or creamer or some kind of drink mix in them, and utensils, salt, sugar, pepper, paper napkins or paper products, and so you get a little more variety with these. With 4Patriots, you can order coffee and stuff like that you can take. But either one, whichever one you'd like. These are we saw these and we thought we'd try them. And these are very good. I could see me eating some of this creamy rice in deer camp. Come in, it doesn't have to be an emergency situation to eat them. You can eat them during the week, eat them every day. Have Sunday supper if you want them. But I could see me coming in from deer camp on a cold afternoon hunt and cooking some of this. 20 minutes. The mac and cheese was 20 minutes, and this was 20 minutes. The oatmeal, it wasn't instant. You had to cook it, but it was still only a couple minutes to get it cooked. So 20 minutes, you could have a nice hot meal, and you could take these easily, take them on the boat, take them in your backpack. If you're hiking somewhere and want to have like a meal, if it were me and I was going to do that, I would probably break them down and portion them out if it was just me by myself. Versus having to carry a whole thing. I didn't use these. I didn't cook the whole pack. I just kind of portioned out what I was going to eat, and each meal's a cup, so it's plenty filling. But I didn't do much today, so if I was out humping or wandering around the woods or whatever, you might need a little more calories than that, but. 1,600 calories is what you get, what they figure of if you eat just a serving size for each meal per day. So it's not bad. It tastes good. It's not, like I said, it's not gourmet, but I think it gets you by in a pinch. So I don't have any affiliation with any of these people. Just if I got something that works good, I'm happy to share the knowledge and pass it on. And these, I would recommend these to anyone. There's probably some out there better, probably some out there worse. This is just what I happen to have, what we bought. They sell all kinds of stuff. You go on their website, just all kinds of stuff. And you can get, like I said, you can get it anywhere. And you can jazz these up if you had something you want to put in it. But just by themselves, I think they're great, be a great meal. So get some and hope you enjoy them. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. And I'm thankful that I'm not having to eat them under emergency situations right now. But get ready, because hurricane season is right around the door, right around the corner, and hopefully we won't have any this year. So, thank you for watching. Hit subscribe and all that good jazz, and we'll catch y'all next time.